Jacqueline from Mom Me, your mama resource from conception to college, and this week we are talking about date night. We are talking about relationships. I know relationships are super important to you guys. I've gotten tons and tons of feedback about how hard it is to maintain our relationships the way that we want to once we have kids. It's hard even when you're in a long-term relationship and you don't have kids, but throw kids into the mix and it becomes even more challenging. So this week, relationship, but we're focusing specifically on date night because it's huge. I can't even tell you how many clients I have and moms that I meet with who, when I ask them, like, well, how much time do you spend one-on-one with your partner? The answer is none, zero, or maybe once in a while, but it's nothing organized, or I can't remember the last time I've gone on a date, or any of that stuff. We all have gotten into those ruts in our lives, but I can tell you from experience and professionally, it is not good for you guys. It's a little bit of a canary in a coal mine situation. If I ask you, when was the last time you had a date, and you can't even remember. So I feel like we know on some level, like, it's really important that we have this time with our partner. It's really important that we have this part of our lives that's outside of parenting that's really important for our kids. It's really important for our kids that we have a really good relationship with a partner, right? So how can we actually make that happen? It's really easy for me to sit here and say, do it, do it, do it. How do you do it? I'm going to tell you the biggest tips that I give my clients when they feel like they can't figure out date night. The first tip is date night doesn't have to be in the night, okay? Do some date night hacks, okay? That means, like, if you have school-age kids, have a date over lunch or while your kids are in school. Don't wait until the nighttime when it's a huge pandemonium if that's a bad time for you. If you have older kids, let them watch your kids sometimes, and especially for the daytime. Like, I have clients who have kids who are maybe like 10, 11, 12. Maybe that's not an old enough kid that you don't feel comfortable yet leaving your kids at nighttime when someone has to feed them dinner and put them to bed or something. But a 9 or a 10-year-old is totally capable of hanging out at home with a 5-year-old for an hour or two during the day while you guys go out and get coffee or something like that. And I can tell you from experience, the first time that my husband and I did that, we were like, oh my God, we just like walked away from our house. This is amazing. So you have to push yourself to try, but there's times out there where you can get away from your kids. You don't always have to hire a sitter. You don't always have to do it at night. Think creatively. That's my tip number one for you guys. Tip number two, and I know this might sound extreme to you guys, but really try to organize this stuff to be once a week. Why? That sounds like it's super hard. Like, it'd be so much easier if I just said once a month, right? Wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we are all creatures of habit, and if you're parenting, you already know that routine is key. Well, guess what, you guys? Your kids aren't the only ones who need routine. You need routine too. And if you don't get into the routine of having date night, you're not going to do it. So if it's every Wednesday you guys meet for lunch, or every Sunday you leave the kids with a big sibling and go and have a coffee date together or whatever, you're going to be so much more likely to do it 4 times a month than you are to do it 1 time a month. I know that seems counterintuitive, but just trust me. And that brings me to tip 3, which is schedule, okay? Don't just say, oh, I watched this video today, let's go on a date tonight. I mean, that's great if you can, but, like, how often are we actually all able to just wing it and fly by the seat of our pants when it comes to parenting? Almost never. Schedule it. Put it on the calendar. Talk about it with your partner. Get it on the books, because you know as well as I do, if it's not on the calendar, it's not going to happen. And the last tip I want to give to you guys, and if you are doing my Whole Woman Happy Family program, this is probably going to sound familiar to you. What do you guys do on a date? I don't give a crap what you do. There's a million ideas out there. I posted some in the group this week. But what the most important thing is that whatever you do, don't waste your date night talking about your kids. And especially don't waste your date night talking about your kids or problems, okay? Use that time to connect with each other. Tell each other what's going great for you. Tell each other what you're really proud of about each other. All of those things. Because I promise you, if your kids are having challenges or struggles, you're already talking about that all the time. Date night is a chance for you to reconnect on the level of intimacy of one-on-one with your partner. It's not a chance for you to rehash stuff that's stressing you out all day long, okay? That's sabotage. So my biggest tips for you guys today are think outside the box, think creatively about how you can make date night happen for yourself. Try to do it once a week. I know that sounds scary, but try to do it once a week. And don't talk about your kids or your problems. Focus on the greats. Focus on your grades and your relationship for each other. Share your excitement and stuff that's going on in your life outside of your kids, and put it on the calendar, you guys. I really want to hear from you guys this week. What works for you with date night? Have you gone on a date this week? If you haven't, it's time to get it on the calendar, you guys. I love you guys so much. If you're in the private group, you're going to be getting a video from me that pertains to your homework assignment about date night, which I know a lot of you guys are dealing with this month. And if you want information on how to get into the private group, hit me up and I'll walk you through it. Love you guys so much. Bye.